Good morning, my dear children. Hope all are safe and fine. Today, we are going to continue the lesson Organ Systems in Animals, Unit 20. In our previous classes, we discussed about human digestive system and the excretory system. Today, we are going to learn about human reproductive system. Even though the lesson title is given as Organ System in Animals, everything is explained about the organ systems of human beings. Okay, what is meant by reproduction? The biological process in which the organism produces its young one is called reproduction. There are two forms of reproduction, the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. The asexual reproduction refers to the type of reproduction in which a single organism gives rise to new individuals. In asexual reproduction, there is no fusion of gametes takes place. So, the produced young ones are genetically resembles their parent. In sexual reproduction is a type of reproduction involves the production of young ones, involves the fusion of the male and the female gametes. Okay. No organism can survive without the process of reproduction. All the organisms are formed from the pre-existing ones. The capacity to reproduce is one of the important characteristics of the living beings. The reproduction helps to continue the existence of a particular species on the earth. Okay. Now let's see the human reproductive system. There is a distinct sexual dimorphism in human beings. That is, the males are different from females in their physical build-up, external genital organs and the secondary sexual characters. Okay. In human beings, there are many organs are present in the reproductive system. They are distinguished into primary sex organs and the secondary sex organs. The gonads are the primary sex organs. They produce the sex cells, that is the sperms and the eggs, and also secrete the sex hormones. The genital ducts and the glands are the secondary sex organs. They help the transport of the gametes and enable the process of reproduction. The reproductive organs are active after attaining maturity. In males, the age of maturity is 13 to 14 years. 13 to 14 years. In female, the age of maturity is 11 to 13 years. In females, the age of maturity is 11 to 13 years. This is called the age of puberty. This is called the age of puberty. After attaining maturity, the hormonal changes takes place in the body and the secondary sexual characters are developed under the influence of these hormones. Now let's see the parts of the human male reproductive system. Human male reproductive system consists of primary sex organ and the secondary sex organs. Testes are the primary sex organ. Then the other parts of the male reproductive system are scrotum, vas deferens, urethra and the accessory glands. Now let's see the diagram. A pair of testes located outside the abdominal cavity. See, this is testes, a pair of testes located outside the abdominal cavity. The testes are located inside a loose pouch of sac-like skin. It is called a scrotum. Testes are located inside the scrotum. On the posterior side of the testis, a mass of coiled tubules called epididymis. It is called epididymis. The posterior side of each testis, a mass of coiled tubule are present. It is called epididymis. The sperms are temporarily stored here. From the epididymis, a long straight tube arises. This is called vas deferens. This is called vas deferens. The vas deferens opens into the seminal vesicle. What is seminal vesicle? Seminal vesicle is a accessory sex gland. See, this is seminal vesicle. This seminal vesicle secrete the seminal plasma. The seminal vesicle and the vas deferens forms a duct called ejaculatory duct. It is called ejaculatory duct. The vas deferens along with the seminal vesicle opens into a urethra. See, this is urethra. Urethra is the common passage for both urine and the sperm. The urethra is located inside the penis. Penis is the male external genital organ. Penis is the male external genital organ. The other 6 glands are, this is called a prostate gland. This is called prostate gland. The prostate gland locates just below the urinary bladder. This is urinary bladder. The prostate gland located just below the urinary bladder, and a pair of Cowper's gland. Cowper's gland is also known as bulbourethral gland. This is also accessory sex glands. There are 3 types of accessory sex glands are present in the human reproductive system. They are seminal vesicle, prostate gland, and the Cowper's gland. A pair of testes located outside the abdomen, inside the scrotum. At the posterior side of the testis, a mass of coiled tubes are present called epididymis. From the epididymis, the vas deferens arises. It carries the sperms to the seminal vesicle. Along with the seminal vesicle, it forms the ejaculatory duct. The ejaculatory duct opens into the urethra. Urethra is present inside the penis. Penis is the male external genital organ. Urethra is the common passage for both urine and sperms. Now let's see the functions of the parts. Now we are going to learn about testes. Testes are the primary sex organs of the male. A pair of testes lies outside the abdominal cavity of the male. Testes, testis plural, testis, testis singular. The testes are the male gonads which produce the male gametes called sperms. Along the inner side of the testis, that means the posterior side of the testis, a mass of coiled tubular structure is present. It is called epididymis. It is called epididymis. The testes are oval in shape and pinkish body. The testes are oval in shape and pinkish body. There are 2 functions of the testes. They produce the male gametes sperms and secrete the male sex hormone testosterone. Internally, each testis is divided into number of lobules. The seminiferous tubules are present inside the lobules. Inside the seminiferous tubules, the male gametes, the sperms, are produced. See, this is the cross section of the seminiferous tubules. Internally, the seminiferous tubules contains 2 types of cells. The one is the spermatogonium, the other one is the Sertoli cells. The spermatogonium is developed into sperms. The Sertoli cells are the long cells which nourish the developing sperm cells. So, they are called as nerve cells. What are the 2 cells present inside the seminiferous tubules? The spermatogonium and the Sertoli cells. The spermatogonium develop into sperms and the Sertoli cells nourish the developing sperms. In between the seminiferous tubules, a group of cells are present. They are called Leydig cells or interstitial cells. These cells are hormonal in function. They secrete the male sex hormone called testosterone. They secrete the male sex hormone called testosterone. The scrotum is a loose pouch-like sac of skin which is divided internally into right and left scrotal sacs by muscular partition. The 2 testes lie in the respective scrotal sacs. The scrotum contains many nerves and blood vessels. You may ask the question, why the testes lie outside the abdominal cavity? Because the sperms cannot develop in the normal body temperature of man. The sperms develop at a temperature of 1 to 3 degrees Celsius lower than the normal body temperature. The scrotum acts as a thermoregulator organ and provides the optimum temperature for the formation of the sperms. That's why the testes are lie outside the abdominal cavity. And the next part of the male reproductive system is vas deferens. We know that the male gamete sperms are produced inside the testis and then it is temporarily stored in the epididymis. The vas deferens is a straight tube which carries the sperms from the testis into seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle is an accessory reproductive gland which secretes the seminal plasma. The sperms are stored in the seminal plasma of the seminal vesicle. The seminal plasma contains fructose, calcium and enzymes. The fructose is the source of energy for the sperms. The vas deferens along with the seminal vesicle forms the ejaculatory duct. This ejaculatory duct opens into the urethra. The ejaculatory duct expels the sperms and its secretions from the seminal vesicle into the urethra. See, urethra is contained inside the male genitalia. Urethra is the next part of the male reproductive system. Urethra is contained inside the penis and conveys the sperms from the vas deferens which passes through the urethral opening. The accessory glands associated with the male reproductive system are seminal vesicles, prostate gland. See, the prostate gland located just below the urinary bladder and the Cowper's gland. The Cowper's gland is also known as bulbourethral gland. The secretions of these glands form seminal fluid and mixes with the sperm to form semen. The fluid provides nutrition and help the transport of the sperms. The sperm is the smallest cell in the male body. A normal male produces more than 500 billion sperm cells in his lifetime. The process of formation of sperms is known as spermatogenesis. Now let's see the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system consists of ovaries, oviducts, uterus and vagina. Ovaries are the primary sex organs. A pair of ovaries. Ovaries are almond shaped. They are located one on either side of the lower abdominal cavity. See, this is ovary. The ovaries are located one on either side of the abdominal cavity. Then a paired tubes. This is called a oviduct. The oviduct is also known as fallopian tube. The oviduct is also known as fallopian tube. This fallopian tube originated from the uterus. The fallopian tube originated from the uterus. The terminal end of the fallopian tube is funnel shape and it ends with the finger-like projections. These finger-like projections are called fimbriae. It is called a fimbriae. Then the uterus. See, this is uterus. Uterus is a pear-shaped hollow muscular organ which is located on the pelvic cavity between the urinary bladder and the rectum. The lower end of the uterus is narrow and it is called cervix. The narrow lower end of the uterus is called cervix. This cervix connects the uterus with the vagina. See, this is vagina. Vagina is the hollow muscular tube. The vagina connects the uterus with the external genital organs. This is the structure of the female reproductive system. The female reproductive system consists of a pair of ovaries located one on either side of the lower abdominal cavity. A pair of oviduct, also known as fallopian tube, originated from the uterus. The terminal end of the fallopian tube is funnel shaped and it has finger-like projections. It is called fimbriae. Then uterus is the hollow muscular organ. It is pear shaped. And then the lower end of the uterus is narrow and it is called a cervix. This cervix connects the vagina with the uterus. Vagina is the hollow muscular tube. The vagina connects the uterus with the external genital organs. Now let's see the functions of these organs. Ovaries. A pair of almond-shaped ovaries is located in the lower part of the abdominal cavity near the kidneys in female. The ovaries are the female gonads which produces the female gametes, the egg or ova, and secrete the female sex hormones, estrogen and progesterone. A mature ovary contains a large number of ova in different stages of development. And the next is fallopian tube. The fallopian tubes, also known as oviducts. These are paired tubes originating from uterus, one on either side. The terminal part of the fallopian tube is funnel shaped with finger-like projections called fimbriae, which is lying near the ovary. The fimbriae pick up the ovum released from the ovary and push it into the fallopian tube. And the next part of the female reproductive system is uterus. Uterus is a pear-shaped muscular hollow structure which is present in the pelvic cavity. It lies near between the urinary bladder and the rectum. Development of fetus occurs inside the uterus. The narrower lower part of the uterus is called cervix, which leads into vagina. The uterus narrows down into a hollow muscular tube called vagina. It connects cervix and the external genitalia. It receives the sperms, act as a birth canal during the childbirth. Childbirth is known as parturition. The ovum is the largest human cell. The process of formation of ova is known as oogenesis. Okay children, today you have learnt about human reproductive system. Hope you all understood the lesson well. Thank you. Have a nice day.